Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
Look at you. Look at the setup. You have
I know, right?
the green and the guitars. I like just
Uh,
put a bunch of plants by me. I'm like, what am I doing here?
I can't take credit for this. My wife did this for me as an anniversary gift. So I
Oh my
just
God.
it was a typical like 16-year-old man cave, and now it's more grown up a man cave. So
I
um,
love it.
I'm Daniel Schoenberg, and I am Truxel. It's hard to say that as not just calling myself. I was a singer-songwriter for a long time and went by my name, but I decided I want to go by pseudonym. So I like Truxel. It's a street not far from me, actually. So I like the area that I've moved to and wanted to pay homage to it. And overall, the music, it's going to be kind of eclectic, but it definitely has an indie kind of a indie alternative feel.
Well, the piano you put to the song is really beautiful. So thank you for doing that.
No, thank you. Hey, it's easy to do something like that, to when you already have a great song. So it was a really great song, and as soon as I heard it, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do when I sat down at the piano, but I knew there was potential for something to really beautiful to be underneath it, because there was some kind of I'm very dramatic, as you know, with my music choices and what I write often. And I knew there was some drama there, and there was definitely some angst, and I don't know. I just wanted to try to capture that as best I could.
So I have some fun questions. Do you have a hidden talent?
I don't know if anybody else would consider it out,
Hidden
but I'm
or
actually I do pretty well with hand percussion, actually.
okay.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of a preview.
If I don't have anything to play. You know what? Social media. I don't want to give anything away too soon, so I'll put out a video. I'll give you some samples. I promise. That's a good idea.
What was your AIM name?
Dan Ace 12.
Okay. That's not that embarrassing.
What's that?
That's not that embarrassing.
No, not too bad.
What trend do you hope makes a comeback?
Janko jeans are kind of fun. I don't know if I'd totally wear them still.
Do you have pictures? I want to I have to look this up and put it on the screen when you say that.
Yeah, I'll see if I do. I may have. I've got one where I'm like in a flannel shirt and like the tank top white shirt underneath and like a ball chain necklace and my Jankos and knockoff Martins.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
It's Matchbox 20. Oh gosh, you taste like honey, honey. Tell me, can I be your honey? Oh gosh, I cannot remember the name of it. It will come to me, but it is Matchbox 20.
What was the first concert you ever went to?
Cher and Cyndi Lauper.
Wait, tell me more.
I was probably like, I don't know, 11, 12, something like that. And my sisters and my mom had tickets to go see Cher and Cyndi Lauper in Indianapolis. I grew up in Kentucky, so it's about like 3 hours from where I lived. And one of their friends was supposed to go and couldn't. So they were like, well, naturally, let's take Danny. That's what my sisters call me. And so I went, and it was, I have to admit, though, it was pretty amazing, especially when Cher came out. It was like a whole full production, people flying across the stage. She did this thing, singing with Sonny Bono, and yeah, and Cyndi Lauper was really great, too, except her heels are like massive, like big. It's always a goofy one to tell people.
What is your most used emoji?
I like the fire one. That's fire.
What is the first song you ever remember hearing as a kid?
California Dreamin'. I don't know why I'm nervous on this thing, by the way. It's like, it's just you. I know you.
That's like when I'm doing Instagram live stuff. I'm like,
I know, right?
If you could open for any artist, who would it be and where?
Wow, that's an amazing question. Yeah, Wembley. I think that is it. Yeah, it's massive, and I think that'd be really cool. I don't know if he would necessarily sell out the place, but I think he should. I would love to open up for David Gray. I love David Gray. A totally different music styles, but he's a huge influence of mine, and a ton of his songs by heart, and learned a bunch of it. That's actually how I really kind of learned to play pianos from him, to be honest.
Oh, really?
So.
What TV show would your music be the theme song for?
Something very dramatic on CBS. I really like the Crystal Method, their theme song for Bones. So I could see something like something very similar to that, mostly like my instrumental stuff, not but that kind of feel.
I kind of know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyways.
Okay.
Did you grow up in a musical family?
Yes, I did. My pretty much all my dad's side of the family. So my dad plays multiple instruments. He sings.
And the piano that you have is your
Yes.
dad's?
Yes. So it is now. I am fortunate enough to now have it. And good question. I'll put a picture up because I do love that piano. But it kind of has a cool little history. Okay. Well, so it's a Bush and Gertz, which is no longer made. I think they stopped making it 40s, not long after World War II or prior to it. I can't remember exactly. But just, the intricacy in the wood, and this particular piano was built 1897, 1898, somewhere around there. I was able to find the serial number and reached out to like 3 or 4. This was so nerdy, but I reached out to like 3 or 4 like piano appraisers, and I guess they have books and whatnot, and they were able to tell, like based on serial numbers when things may have been built or made, and based off the the company. And so anyways, it was made in Chicago, somehow made its way to Sacramento. And my father lived here for many years, and it was just sitting somewhere in an old building in a church, and it wasn't being used. Paint was sitting on it and all those things. And my dad was asking about it and was offering to pay for it. And then eventually the people just showed up and were like, well, here you go. It's free. So he got it, moved to LA. Fast forward many, many years, I end up in LA, and my dad moves away, but he can't take it with him. So he offers to give it to me. I take it, love it. And then he ends up getting a new piano, so it becomes mine. And then the piano comes full circle and now is back in Sacramento. Inside, I guess piano tuners and people who work on pianos, it used to be tradition that they would write their names inside of it, and then like the date that they worked on it or they did any major work to it. And so the last time that's written in there, and I'm sure that it's been worked on since, but the last person to do that, to write it inside the piano, was like in the 40s here out in Sacramento. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we brought it back to Sacramento, and we brought out this man who now works on our piano, and he's going to do some restoration work for us later down the road. But anyways, he looked inside, he saw it, and his family's, they've been working on pianos for years, and it's been a family business, and he knows that family of that man that wrote in there. So like they're longtime friends. It's just like small world, completely small world.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell people how we know each other?
I answered a Craigslist ad. 2011.
That's about right. I don't remember what the first gig was, though.
It was that dance show.
In the auditorium?
Yeah, it was like, no, a gymnasium. I think it was a gymnasium. You on piano, myself on guitar, and then Rick on cajon. And it was like a dance show, and we performed kind of in between. And then I think we did do a song though, Easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that for like the ending dance where they all kind of came out and took their bows and introduced themselves. It was fun.
So from the dance performance to the Staples Center,
right?
Which is not called Club Nokia anymore. It's called something else, and it was just in the last week's episode of The Bachelor. They've like redone it. It was called the Novu something, and
Okay.
I recognized the onstage view. Like
cool.
That's how I knew. I was like, oh, that was from the Easton Corbin show.
Yeah.
What do you think? Well, then to NAMM, what do you think was your favorite show that we played?
The Corbin show was Easton Corbin. Yeah, that was great. We also did the one in Bakersfield at the Fox Theater.
Josh Turner.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun too, and I think that was my first experience. And this, totally not being professional here, but that was the first time like anybody like took my guitar, like tuned it, and carried all my stuff and set it out and have everything ready. And
I didn't know.
Yeah, they did that, and I was so uncomfortable because I felt bad, but they that's what they were doing, that and it was amazing at the same time. I was like, yeah, this is cool. I can get used to this. And then there was also that one at the winery. I know it was kind of I don't remember why we were there, but that was a good show. I remember enjoying that one.
Yeah, that was after. Oh, well, that was after the Texaco Country Showdown.
Yep. Yes, you're absolutely right.
On the stunt stage.
Yeah.
And that was the first time Jeff ever heard me sing.
Oh my gosh, wow.
And we won. And like, how cool is that?
That was way cool.
So then the South Coast Winery was put on by the radio station.
That's it.
And that was acoustic. That was fun. And then Nashville.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't know why I even blanked on that. Nashville was a blast.
There's
That
so
was,
many good shows. It's like, wow.
I know. We did a ton. We really did, and we met a lot of great people along the way. You know, and you and Jeff have absolutely become, you know, my best friends, and like it's amazing. There's so many good people that, you know, we met through that, and that we still keep in contact, and it's amazing to see their careers, you know, doing well, and yeah. So I wouldn't trade any of it. It was great.
Yeah. Photo
Let
shoot.
me. Oh yeah.
Wait, I have to find the one of you with the flute.
With my flute. I'm fairly certain that they're all burned. Yeah, I have a digital version somewhere. So for all you out there, you know, the thousands of people watching right now, yeah, I play flute.
There's a spot for it right there. A flute needs to go right there. Yeah, yeah.
Next to the bass. Okay, all right, I see that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'll do it in post.
Okay, add it in. Yeah, it's gosh, I played flute all the way from 6th grade through college. So you mentioned Craigslist, how we met. What made you put out the Craigslist ad?
Well, I moved to LA September
Okay.
2011, so I was brand new. I think someone told me about it. Like, I don't remember. I think Craigslist was kind of still popular before all the spamming hit.
Right.
And I think someone was just like, I can't even remember who. They were like, put out an ad so you can start playing shows. And cool. I was in the end of like a really bad relationship. And I feel like a lot of people move out to LA with somebody and that's kind of becomes their vehicle of getting there. And then they part ways. But like, okay. It really, like I knew that person and our roommate, but I didn't know anybody else.
Oh, wow.
And so I think you and Renee were actually some of the first people that I met in the city.
Wow. That's cool.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious. I just happened to think about it. I don't think I've ever asked you that all these years, but hey, I'm glad you did, because I'm, you know, like I said, we had a lot of good, awesome gigs and music that we made, and good memories and good friends. So yeah. And when I moved away from being in music, not that was the cause of it at all, but I kind of hit that down spiral in music, and was like, you know, it may just be past my time. And then I don't know, just that tiny bit of break almost made me realize, what are you doing? You know, this is what you absolutely love to do. You don't do it for any other reason other than that it makes you happy, and it's something you love. And you know what, the music started coming more freely. And then I feel like I kind of grew up a little bit in writing the songs and what I wanted to write about. You know, and so the lyrics started coming a little more easily as well. So yeah, I think ultimately though, I'm glad that I came back to it, because it's this is amazing. Regardless of what happens with doing, you know, what actually happens with the music, it's just been amazing to come up with these songs, and then working with you and Jeff. And Jeff, by the way, did a fantastic job with production. It's way over my head when he explains it, but you know, he's done an amazing job, especially with Human Side, which will come out hopefully, you know, this next month or so. I'm really glad that I've come back to it and, you know, got something going. So.
Yeah, me too. All
right, we'll give Louis a big old hug and tell Jeff I said that. Well, I'll give him a hug too. You know, just give them both a hug.
Okay, I will.
All right.
All right, tell him to say hi.
I will. All right, bye.
Bye.
Burns out, we go